everybody, welcome to an episode of Coffee with Allie. And today I'm trying something different. So we are going to be doing story time. I really like to challenge myself in my photography. And one of the ways that I do that is by telling stories through my images. And generally, it's one image tells a story of mood, a feeling, and I really feel like that makes the image more interesting. But what I started to think about was, how can I take that to another level? And I decided that it would be fun to take a series of images and tell a story with that, which got me to thinking, well, who have I shot a lot? Let's just start with a single model. And the model that came to mind was Natalie, because I've shot Natalie for several years now, and I have a whole array of images. And I looked at the shoots that we had done together, and I created a little magical story. It's not a long story, so if you'd like to hear it, I'm going to share my story and the images that support the story with it for story time. This story in no way reflects anything to do with Natalie's life. It's a made-up story that I got by inspiration through the images. So the story stands on its own, and the images hopefully support it. I hope you enjoy this. So let's go. There once was a lovely young woman named Hope. Hope lived in the woods, being friends with nature and land. She was curious and happy, and always enjoyed her time with the trees and the plants. And then one day, Hope began to wonder, is this it? Is this all that's out there? And she started to search. And she looked far and wide, but found nothing but more of the same out there. As she searched, she started to become sad and frustrated. She couldn't find anything new and interesting to keep her happy out there. And after a while, she started to get discouraged and found herself feeling alone, heartbroken, and depressed. I mean, we've all been there, right? You know, you have a moment where you just don't think anything's working out and you get depressed. But don't worry, it continues. She felt torn, as if one side of her was in despair and the other knew there was light and contentment and more. And she felt the tension of the split within her. It was ripping her apart. And then there was a spark from within that told her, don't look outside. Look within your own heart and see what you find. And the seeker in her turned her mind inward. And she began to look back inside herself. And what she found delighted her. I mean, honestly, if you think of it, we're usually our own best friends. So this makes sense. She saw that she was so much more than she had ever imagined. And she let loose. And the wonder and the curiosity within her burst with joy. She found that she was a warrior, an explorer. She could manipulate the elements. She could communicate with the natural world. And she realized that she was a part of the natural world, not outside it. And she had magic, so much magic. And the magic of snakes, which enhanced her abilities to continue to transform herself. She had culture and knew history, stories, and adventures. She had joy and she had wonder. And after all that searching, Hope found that she never needed to search at all, because she had all she ever needed all along, with herself to guide her. And that's my little story. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, this is something new for me. So if you hung on this long, give it a like. That lets me know that you actually enjoyed this. Maybe a comment and say, hey, Allie, you know, that was great. That was interesting. If you hated it, you know, you can give me a comment and say, yo, Allie, what are you thinking? I really just want to learn what you do in Photoshop. But this is something different, and it was very special for me to try something. And if it works out, I'm probably going to pick a few more models and write a few more stories. So thanks for your time. I will see you next Friday, 3 o'clock. Bye-bye. I got another new coffee shirt for Christmas. Today's good mood is brought to you by coffee. Thanks, Monica. I love my shirt.